Hi friends, previous topic we have seen Fermi energy in conductors or metal. Now we are to going see Fermi energy in semiconductor. So how the Fermi energy is observed in semiconductor. In semiconductor we know there are different types of semiconductors. For example, intrinsic semiconductor, extrinsic semiconductor. So at the start we'll see what is the Fermi level or Fermi energy in basic form of semiconductor. So we'll start the Fermi energy in semiconductors. The Fermi level in semiconductor may be defined as the energy which corresponds to the center of gravity of conduction electrons and holes weighted according to their energies. I am repeating again it. The Fermi level in semiconductors may be defined as the energy which correspond to center of gravity of conduction electrons and holes weighted according to their energies. So in short we can say the Fermi level at center of gravity, and that center of gravity is shifted depend on number of electrons and holes. Means if more electrons are there, the center of gravity will move towards that electrons, and when more holes, the center of gravity will move towards holes. That depend on the center of gravity, the Fermi level also shifted respective that side. This Fermi level is totally different than conductor, cause in a conductor Fermi level is highest field energy state, means it is outermost state, whereas in semiconductor this Fermi level is at in between conduction band and valence band. Generally in semiconductor Fermi level lies in between conduction band and valence band. Now we'll see the position of Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductor. Already you know in semiconductor natural form of semiconductor is intrinsic semiconductor, it having same number of electrons and same number of holes. So we'll see where is the Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductor, and we know the Fermi energy is the energy corresponding to that Fermi level. The Fermi-Dirac probability distribution function f of E gives the probability that the energy state E will be occupied by electron at temperature T. That means this Fermi-Dirac probability function gives the probability of E energy state there is electron will be occupied or not at that temperature T is given by the Fermi distribution probability function. So it is given as f of E is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to e minus ef upon kT. This is standard Fermi-Dirac distribution function of energy level E. This E is energy level, Ef is Fermi level, K is Boltzmann constant that you already know. Let's this equation number 1. So where f of E is Fermi distribution function, then E is energy state, Ef is Fermi energy, T is temperature in Kelvin, K is Boltzmann constant that we have seen already. Now we'll go further. For this derivation, we should assume some points. That assumptions for the derivation of Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductors are the width of valence band and conduction band are small as compared to forbidden energy gap E. So the width of valence band and conduction band are small as compared to forbidden energy gap. That forbidden gap is E suffix G. Second assumption, all energy levels in conduction band have energy E suffix C, and all energy levels in valence band have energy E suffix V. This all energy levels, what does it mean? Why we are saying all energy levels? Because we know how the conduction band is formed. Conduction band is not a single energy level, it is a of uh, group of energies, and that group's energy we are considering E suffix C. The from name band means a group. So that group's energy is considered E suffix C, whereas in valence band also all energy levels, the group energy we are considering E suffix V. Let E suffix C is number of electron in conduction band. E suffix C is number of electrons in conduction band. Yes, C, the C at the suffix C is indicating conduction band. Then N suffix V, number of electrons in valence band. Again for valence band we have written suffix V. Then N is total number of electrons in both conduction and valence band. Capital N is total number of electrons in both conduction band and valence band. Thus, N we can write that is total number of electrons is N suffix C plus N suffix V. The total number of electrons in conduction band and total number of electrons in valence band. Let's this equation number as 2. Now, the probability that there are N suffix C electrons occupy energy state E suffix C is, we can write by the probability. In general probability, how we are writing that you already know. In 11th standard in mathematics, we have seen how to write probability. So that basic equation we are writing here to find the probability of Nc electrons, N suffix C electrons in energy state E suffix C, which is we can write f of E suffix C. Instead of f of E suffix C, we can write the P also, that is probability. But to avoid the confusion, I am directly written f of E suffix C, which is equal to N suffix C upon capital N. This N suffix C is the number of electrons in conduction band, and divide this capital N is total number of electrons. So this ratio will give the what are the probability, how much chances to find electrons in energy state E suffix C. Let this equation number 3. According to Fermi-Dirac distribution function, the probability of electron in conduction band occupying energy level EC will be given by Fermi-Dirac distribution function. That function that you already seen, which is f of E is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to E minus EF upon kT. Now we are writing this for energy state EC. So it will be f of E suffix C. So here energy state is E suffix C, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus e raised to E suffix C minus E suffix F upon kT. Here you can observe, here we are written instead of E suffix C, cause this specific case for energy state E suffix C for conduction band. Let's do equation number 4. This equation 3 and equation 4 represent the probability. Both f of EC in equation 3 and equation 4 is also f of EC. Both give the probability of finding electrons at energy level E suffix C. So we'll compare these two equations. So we can write these N suffix C upon N is equal to this term, which is 1 upon 1 plus e raised to e suffix c minus ef upon kt. Now take these n capital N this side, so it gives n suffix c is equal to capital N upon 1 plus e raised to ec minus ef upon kt. Let this equation number 5. Similarly, we can write for valence band. So instead of e suffix c, we can write e suffix v. So that equation number 5 we can write as n suffix v is equal to capital N upon 1 plus e raised to ev upon ef upon kt. Let this equation number 6. From equation 2, we have written n is equal to n suffix c plus n suffix v. So here that we can modify it as capital N is equal to small n suffix c plus small n suffix v. Let's equation number 7. Now we'll put the values of n suffix c and n suffix v from equation number 5 and equation 6. So it gives capital N is equal to n upon 1 plus e suffix c minus e suffix f upon kt plus n upon 1 plus e raised to e suffix v minus e suffix f upon kt. Now, if you observe in all these three terms, at numerator there is capital N, so we take common and we can cancel it. So it gives, instead of capital N, we are writing 1 because we are taking n common and cancel it. Now we have to solve these terms. So we'll take cross multiplication of this 1 into these term and these 1 into these term at numerator, and take product of denominator terms, and that the denominator terms will take this side. So it will be observed that like this one term into this term is equal to the cross product term, which is written here, 1 plus uh, e raised to ec minus ef upon kt plus 1 e raised to ev minus ef upon kt, this term, and this term here. Okay, then just simplify this. When you simplify this by taking its product and then cancel the common terms, you will get e raised to e suffix c plus e suffix v minus 2 e suffix f upon kt, which is equal to 1. Now to remove this exponential term, we'll take natural log of both sides. So we'll get e suffix c plus e suffix v minus 2ef upon kt, which is equal to 0, because natural log of 1 is 0. Now take this kt to opposite side, so it becomes 0. So we get remain e suffix c plus e suffix v minus 2 e suffix f is equal to 0. Now take this 2 minus 2f the other side, so we can write in simplified form as ef e suffix f is equal to e suffix c plus e suffix v by 2. This is equation or Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductor. We can observe in the diagram this conduction band and this valence band and this Fermi level, which is at the center of conduction band and valence band, exactly center. You can see in diagram also and by equation also. So from this equation and the diagram, we can conclude that the Fermi level in intrinsic semiconductor is exactly in the middle of forbidden energy gap. That is, it indicates the reference level indicating the distribution of electron and holes in intrinsic semiconductor. In short, we can say in intrinsic semiconductor, number of electrons and number of holes are exactly same. Due to that, their center of gravity